Good morning, friends. Hagia Sophia, a 6th century Byzantine cathedral, is in the news these days. Let us try to have a bird's eye view of the history of Hagia Sophia. On 10th of July 2020, the Supreme Court of Turkey ruled that Hagia Sophia is a mosque and that it should be returned to be used as a mosque. Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan ordered Hagia Sophia Grand Mosque to be open to Muslim worship from 24th of July 2020. Weeks before the verdict came, Ecumenical Patriarch of Orthodox Churches in Istanbul said that any decision altering the status of Hagia Sophia to a Muslim place of worship would hurt both the East and the West. The spokesperson of Russian Orthodox Churches said, "The concern and anxiety of millions of Christians all over the world have been ignored." Pope Francis said that he was pained by the decision regarding Hagia Sophia. Historical background. During the 1st and 2nd centuries, Christianity was spreading all throughout the Roman Empire. The first persecution of Christians was in Jerusalem. St. Stephen was stoned to death, St. James was beheaded, St. Peter was arrested. Christians were scattered. Wherever they reached, they proclaimed the message of Jesus. As a result of the apostolic activities of St. Paul, churches were founded in the eastern parts of the Roman Empire. During the reign of Nero, Diocletian, and others in the empire, the Christians were persecuted. In 312, in the Battle of Milvian Bridge, Rome, Constantine fought under the sign of the cross and obtained a decisive victory. Thence, he became lenient towards Christians. By the Edict of Milan 313, Emperor Constantine gave freedom to Christians to practice their religion. Later, Christianity became the state religion. Emperor Theodosius in 395 divided his empire into two. Eastern Roman Empire, with its capital in Byzantium or Constantinople, was given to his son Arcadius, and the Western Roman Empire, with its capital in Rome, was given to Honorius, his son. The Church at Constantinople. Constantine the Great in 325 built a church, Megale Ecclesia, in the city of Constantinople. His son Constantius, 337 to 361, renovated the church in 360. During the reign of Arcadius, 395 to 408, in the year 404, this church was destroyed in a riot. The next emperor, Theodosius II, rebuilt the church in 415. This was again damaged in an internal civil struggle. Emperor Justinian won, 527 to 565. In the year 532, demolished the old structure and started the construction of the new church in 532 and completed it in 537. The new Basilica of the Eastern Christian churches was dedicated on 27th December 537. Isidore of Miletus and Anthemius of Tralles were the architects. The structure was 269 feet long, 240 feet wide. The topmost point of the dome was at a height of 180 feet. Byzantine mosaic work of gold, silver, glass, precious stones, and terracotta decorated the domes and the walls. All the provinces of Byzantine Empire were asked to contribute their share of art, painting, marble, precious stones, etc. to the construction of the cathedral. Hagia Sophia is the epitome of Byzantine architecture. Constantinople was the center of Eastern Christianity, just as Rome was the center of Western Christianity. Patriarchs and kings were consecrated in Hagia Sophia. The Second Council of Constantinople, 553. Third Council of Constantinople, 680-681. And the Fourth Council of Constantinople, 869-870. All ecumenical councils in which both Western and Eastern churches participated were conducted in Sancta Sophia or Hagia Sophia. The Ecumenical Council of Constantinople 879-880, which met in Hagia Sophia, was the last council in which the East and West participated in communion. The fall of Byzantine Christian Empire. Constantine Levin, 1449 to 1453, was the last emperor of Byzantine Empire, which lasted 1129 years from 324 CE to 1453. Hagia Sophia was a cathedral or basilica church from 537 to 1453 for 916 years. Turkish Muslim warriors of tribes of Anatolia under the leadership of Osman, Uthman or Ottoman, around 1299 founded a new kingdom in Turkey and expanded it into an empire. By the beginning of 14th century, the Ottoman forces were expanding their sovereignty in Europe and Asia. Sultan Mehmed II, the commander of the Ottoman forces, defeated Constantine Levin of the Byzantine Empire and captured Constantinople in 1453. Constantinople was renamed as Istanbul. The Basilica, Hagia Sophia, was converted into a grand mosque, Hagia Sophia. Christian symbols and crosses were removed from the domes. Muslim minarets were added to the structure. Christian mosaic works were covered with Islamic calligraphy. Istanbul was made the capital of Ottoman Empire and the seat of the Islamic Caliphate of the Sunni Muslims. Disintegration of Ottoman Empire. In 1571, Battle of Lepanto defeated the Ottoman forces. Russo-Turkish Wars 1700 weakened them further. Crimean War weakened the empire. Balkan War 1912 and the Turkish nationalist movement 1913 started the disintegration of the Ottoman Empire. World War I 1914-1918 disintegrated the Ottoman Empire by 1915. Establishment of Turkish Republic. Mustafa Kemal Atatürk was a general in the Ottoman army. He resisted the attempt to partition Turkey during the First World War. In 1915, in the Battle of Gallipoli, he defended Turkey. The Republic of Turkey was founded, and he became its first elected president in 1923. He held the position till the death and in 1938 by winning successive elections. He brought in sweeping reforms in his country. Primary education was made free and compulsory. Voting rights were given to all adults, men and women. Islamic restrictions to women's social life, education, movement, etc. were removed. Modern industries were developed in Turkey. He took steps for the cultural integration of Turkey. Slowly, they transformed Turkey into a modern, secular state like neighboring European states. Hagia Sophia Museum. President Atatürk in 1930 decided to change the status of Hagia Sophia Grand Mosque into a museum. Renovations followed, and in 1935 it was opened as Hagia Sophia Museum. The UN accepted it as a World Heritage Building. It was open to all for visit. Islamic groups were unhappy over the secular status of the building. They wanted to convert it into a mosque. Resurgence of Islamism in Turkey was demanding the conversion of Hagia Sophia to a mosque. For 482 years it functioned as a mosque, 960 years as a church, and 85 years as a museum. On 24th of July 2020, Hagia Sophia once again became Hagia Sophia Grand Mosque of Istanbul.